I hope this is coming in because I can't tell anymore, but this is Michael Sherman, Woodworking, Gardening and More. I might change my name in the future, something simpler. It's kind of long. I promised a tour of the garden. We're going to try that now. So let's get started. I'll flip this around real fast and get it up, get this going. So I have a cherry tree which hasn't produced this year. Not sure why. Flowered decent amount. We got a late start. Here's my raspberries and boysenberries mixed on that side. On this side is boysenberries. I just cut them back last year, so they're kind of small. They were much bigger. Cayenne peppers from last year. Strawberries in my one of these strawberry pots. I got some eggshells and old Swiss chard and garlic, a little bit of onion, leeks. These are just planted kind of on a whim. Didn't really plan that out. Here's the main garden here, starting on it. We got a persimmon tree right there. We have potatoes, regular potatoes all right here. Russet and yellow potatoes. I don't think I planted any red potatoes this year. I may have planted a couple. Some sweet potatoes growing under my chard. And I have some really young blueberry plants right in here. Can't really see them too good. They're not much to look at right now. I got the nectarine tree. Kale, which got decimated by caterpillars. It's starting to come back. The caterpillars are going away. But look at that. They just totally decimated it. And those two I cut back, but they were totally bare. So, yeah, caterpillars, cabbage loopers. They do a number on that kind of stuff. Lettuce, I'm letting go into seed so I can collect the seeds for next year and this year. What the lettuce usually looks like. It's devil's tongue, I think it's called, or mother-in-law's tongue lettuce, something like that. I think it's devil's tongue lettuce. That's some flowers, a couple flowers. This is corn. It's supposed to be ruby sweet corn, so it's red kernels and red cob. I'm testing it out this year. Some marigolds and nasturtiums. Here I have acorn squash. Believe it or not, these were planted exactly at the same time. I'm not sure what's going on. This first year I did this Ruth Stout method, where this is about a foot of hay under here, plus a little bit of recycled tree trimming on top. I live off a main street, so I have to keep the yard looking like it's maintained, and hay does not do that very well by itself. So I used the mulch to cover it up, but I planted these directly in the mulch. These two, I think, went past the mulch into the hay and dirt. This one hasn't got there yet, so still waiting on that. And I got over here, I have some watermelon, I planted at the same time as the acorn squash. Those are starting to take off pretty good. This one, not so much. I have some cotton plants I'm planted around. One of them's doing well. I make cotton balls for my wife so they don't slice her face up. The store-bought ones, she's gotten several cuts off of those, so I make them so that she doesn't cut herself anymore. This is cantaloupe. This is summer squash. Another cantaloupe. Peach tree, small one. Planted it last year. Let's go to the front here. And this is Seminole pumpkin. First time growing that as well. It's gonna grow on these hoops right here. Sweet potatoes and another summer squash that's kind of anemic. I don't think it's reached the dirt yet. although I have fertilized it. This summer squash, see these two here, this one and this one planted at the same time. Go figure. But it's growing good. They're starting to take off. That might be good. It might be a staggered crop this year for that. So my son's sunflower, he grew inside and we planted outside. And artichoke. No, it's getting big. And then we have more sweet potatoes in the middle of the arch. So the idea here is to let it flow out like it's flowing out from the arch. That's kind of what the look is. That's what I'm going for anyway. Some peppers. This is more pumpkin. So two rows of pumpkin, two arches of pumpkin, and 2 peppers, bell peppers, and rhubarb. This, you can't see it, this is Malabar spinach, which I guess are very, very slow growing because they have sat there for a long time and haven't done very much. But they're supposed to grow up on this arbor as well. More sweet potatoes. And I'm working on some slips to plant where the other ones didn't take. So they're inside on the windowsill. And then I have, this is butternut squash. Gonna grow up on here also. And here you can't see it yet, I just planted it, is ginger. I have a couple of those around, ginger and turmeric. And then some more sweet potatoes, which I just planted today. These little slips, just planted them today. And some more nasturtiums just for some color, so the neighbors have something to look at. Then I have some cucumbers, which are also gonna grow on top of this arch. My plum tree in the background there. These are a first timer for me too. These are goji berries. They were looking pretty sickly at first. I gave them some fertilizer and they never looked back. So they are growing pretty well right now. And I have some bearded iris. My brain's not working very well. I'm on a delay, it seems like. So that's the garden. I'll give you an overview, kind of what it looks like. This is kind of the setup. I think that's about it. I'll show you the backyard a little later. Those are more mature. I planted that earlier in the season. This is relatively new. Planted it about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. Thank you very much for watching, and all new subscribers, thank you so much. Just starting out on this journey and just kind of seeing where it's going to take me. I will talk to you all later. Thank you.